5 minutes late, West Coast time.
Hello. We were not together today.
Alert the media.
I just did. I hope you all had a great day. I hope you all had a great Christmas. I hope you all had a great Christmas Eve. We did not come to you. We weren't here Christmas Eve either. I thought we came Christmas Eve.
We did.
Hey, Beth. Hey, Deborah. We did. Yes?
Hey, Beth.
I'm trying to think.
Old Staten Island friend.
But new, to my noticing, a new person coming on. Hey, Deborah.
Hey, Deborah.
Listen, we hope everyone had
Merry
the
Christmas,
best
Deborah.
Christmas ever, the last one of the decade.
Haven't seen
You know
you
what was
for-
really cool? So today, you know how you sent me something with Spotify?
Yes, that was a
playlist?
good playlist.
A power hour thing? Well, let me tell you something. When we got into, which we're going to talk about in a sec, about our favorite city, is there were first on the polls. There was something with Spotify. There's a whole big campaign in the New Jersey Penn Station. Wait, then you had big banners, and then when you went up the steps, it had all
On the
2000
steps.
to like 2010 to 2020, like the numbers
The face
going
of
up
the
the
steps.
steps with
It was all Spotify?
it was all Spotify sponsored. But I noticed it. I mean,
What do you think the number one gift this Christmas was?
I don't know. I always think you always said it was bicycles, but I don't think it's bicycles anymore.
I can't imagine it's bicycles.
I mean, I don't know.
I would
a
think
lot of
gift
people got.
cards.
a lot of
Gift
people
card
got-
was the number
You think
one
the number
gift.
one is gift card? But you watch the news, so you may have seen that.
I didn't see any reports.
See, I
But
wasn't
I
going to
would
say that.
imagine-
I was going to say.
But I was
gonna
you
say
know,
television.
I remember when.
I was going to say
when,
television.
I remember
don't
when
know why.
an iPod.
Oh my
was
God!
the
People
number
were
one.
waiting to get it for Christmas,
iPod.
right?
Get me an iPod. I want an iPod.
But you know what? That's also well. I'll tell you something.
Bet you Apple Watch was popular.
No, but Apple products in general are popular. Okay? I think even whatever Lindsay has, Google products.
Do you know anyone who doesn't own any Apple products?
Any at all? I don't know. There may be. There may be people
sure
with
there are
Fitbits.
people.
No, because if you have a Fitbit,
No, because I mean, there's
watch
there's,
like me.
there's phones,
Mine's not Apple.
there's watch,
If
there's
I go,
tablets,
wait a second.
there's computers.
Right, but I have my laptop. Is an Apple. But
We
you
have a
know
lot
what?
of Apple products.
But I have a Nook. My Nook is Barnes and Noble, and the other thing I had was Samsung, the other iPad. This watch is a Fitbit.
No, I'm talking about
Lindsay is
Apple.
Google phone.
Right.
I'm just saying is if I didn't have the phone and the laptop, but that's two big things. Okay, but anyway, gift giving. I still think. I think probably gift cards. If any of you are celebrating, let us know what your number one
liquor,
gift was.
I bet you is a
You
popular
think?
gift.
I don't know. I think toys. Lots of toys.
Kids.
For
I
kids.
always loved, and we always gave our kids, especially Alex, was the Hess truck.
Yeah, and I just want to.
That was
He wants to sell
always.
them. So if anyone's interested in
That was
collecting
always
hash trucks, let us know. I know.
my
Your
favorite
father
as
would
a
get
kid.
it
My
for him.
father
Look
would
forward
bring
to
it
getting
home.
It's like getting a new Matchbox car.
He would, I think he would, you'd only be able to get it at the Hess station. That's
Yes.
where it
Yes.
was. That's where you got it.
Yes.
And now I don't even know if there are Hess stations. I mean, I'm
There
sure
are.
there are
What do you
some Hess
mean?
stations.
That's a Hess station right here in
Where?
Livingston.
Really?
What
Tell
is
me
it?
where's a Hess
What
station
is
in
it?
Livingston?
What is it?
Smarty pants.
Oh, it's BP. It's BP. I'm wrong. There are Hess stations. Okay, wait a second. I just want to credit Robert for being the best pilot and navigator ever. So now we're going to talk about the New York City stuff. Hey, Shoshana. Hope you're having an amazing Hanukkah. Oh, we've got to go light the candles.
Okay.
I like lighting the candles. I like doing it with the kids. What?
It's night 5.
Night 5. Chag Sameach. And if everyone got their chocolate gelt. But you know what? I
Do
think
we
it's...
have gelt?
We have gelt.
We do?
Yeah.
Oh, I would like some.
I'm not going to. It's for other people. So, New York City. New York, New York. I love New York. I love everything about New York City. And today I spent a day with my daughter. And we had an amazing day. But Robert is normally my co-pilot. My pilot. Right? My pilot, really, more so. And you lead the way. You're my social director, and you lead the way. So today I had to be prepared. Hey, Lisa, hope you're having a great time in Florida, if that's where you still is.
So,
Happy
no
Hanukkah.
other city on the planet that I know of
No,
has gridlock alert days.
unbelievable.
where, on normal days, you shouldn't drive into the city.
We didn't.
On gridlock alert days, you really
There was so
shouldn't
much traffic.
drive into
We
the
saw it on
city.
the train. So Robert, we decided, Lindsay picked me up, Caldwell or Livingston, go to the South Orange station. Where do we go park? Lindsay's teacher right there. She parks near her school. We go to the train. It's crazy just seeing, you used to just go, you buy your tickets. Now I have the app on my phone. I look at the schedule. What time train are we going to go in? Because we had to be at Anthropology on the Upper East Side by 10:15. So I was like, okay, how are we going to get there? And it's a plan. If it's not the car, if it's not going to the path, if it's not going to Newark,
No, well, it's really convenient. It's only 30
there's a bus, there's a
minutes
train. So
into
it's
the
what a
city.
pleasure from South Orange. Get right in, and then Robert told me the queue line, which I'd never known about before. There was two things today that I'd never known about before. I got to tell you the second one, but it's not coming to mind.
First one was the queue.
The first one was the queue. It tells me what train. Hey Jeff, tells me what train to take. Talk about perfect. Point to where I got to go. Take the queue. Wait, Lindsay and I wait. We have to get out of Penn Station. We walk to 6th Avenue because you said if you took the path, it would be right there, you said to me.
That's what I
It was
said.
at 34th and 6th. We go to the queue. Robert gives me his Metro card. Says, there should be enough money on it. The whole thing was an adventure today. There should be enough money on it. There was not enough money on it. I had to go refill it. No problem. We go to the queue. We go. It's crazy. It's like 4 stops. It was 4 stops. 34th went to 42nd, 57th, 62nd,
And 72nd.
and 72nd. And then it was continuing. We got out at 72nd
It
and
ends at 89.
2nd, 96.
96 it ends?
We get off at 72nd and 2nd, and we had to go
1 block.
1 block to 3rd Avenue. The store was right there. We go to Anthropology. We did our thing. We had such a good time. We left, and then we took the queue back because Lindsay bought me for my
Was
birthday.
it crowded up where you were on the Upper East Side?
Dead.
So
All
there,
of the people.
so there are zones, right? You
Dead.
you go like,
And Christine lives up there. She's home with Martha.
right. Like,
They go home with the family.
Times Square is
A
very
zoo.
busy.
I was there today.
Herald Square
I
was
was
probably
there.
busy, right?
And Union Square and Bryant Park.
And Bryant
Union Square.
Park.
Bryant
Right.
Park.
Herald Square is where
Macy's is. And Times Square
and that's
is
where
10
when
up.
you see
Macy's.
the Thanksgiving Day parade, where they do the performances.
That's Herald Square.
That's Herald Square.
That's 34th
right
and
there.
Broadway.
Right.
And then 42nd and 7th and Broadway is Times Square. Going up 8 blocks to 42nd Street.
Right. Right.
Then-
so those areas are like super busy.
All the way up, by
And
the
then
way, no.
all-
And then you have Rockefeller Center with the tree.
Rockefeller
49th
Center.
Street and 6th Avenue. Wait,
And then
there was-
everything
there was
from
something
there
else.
downtown,
This was
I
so
think,
amazing.
becomes very busy.
It was unbelievable.
Because Union Square has the same
You know,
holiday market.
the thing it was on 6th Avenue, and it was so unbelievable. It was like they have like a whole bunch of ornament balls, like was one display, and then they had the lights, like gigantic, like think big, gigantic with big plug, and the lights right in front of the building.
On the
and one whole
pedestrian,
building. I love New York. I love it. We saw
And all of the-
snowflakes and
so what
red
they
and
do,
green lights.
So what they're doing in New York a lot now is they're taking over the streets from the vehicles and they're making pedestrian
Area.
walkways
Yeah.
and
It's
things
all
like
pedestrians.
that. So like all of the east-west
Traffic.
streets were closed in all of Midtown, like all by the tree and everything. Like you couldn't get from
Let me tell you something.
10th Avenue to Madison was closed
You know
completely.
what? There were so many people on the streets.
So if you can't get crosstown, you're screwed, really. I mean, because
And that's what
then
we
you
were
get
doing.
stuck. And
we were going.
And what happens, I remember one year being on Fifth Avenue, and during the holiday time, if you get on Fifth Avenue at Central Park South, you cannot turn off of Fifth Avenue until you get to 23rd Street.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I
You
know.
got to go 30 blocks
Before you could turn.
before you could turn.
But wait, let me just tell everybody, I want to thank my beautiful daughter, Lindsay, for treating me today to see a show.
And not stopping it at every
Robert,
block.
Okay, you're aggravating me. All I know is that I saw Oklahoma at Circle and Square today. So it was so great because we then took the queue back to 57th and 7th. We walked to 50th and Broadway.
And were the sidewalks crowded?
Yes. But not as high up.
There are certain
Not high
times
up.
you can't. Like came close to killing people.
I'll tell you. It started
that
as soon
walk
as we
so
got the
freaking
tickets.
slow. The sidewalks are when you're
today,
in that
we
area.
walked in the street today.
There's plenty of neighborhoods in New York. You can stroll the sidewalks.
Yes.
Nobody's going to come up on you and everything. If you're in the theater district, you better freaking walk.
It was
okay?
nobody was walking. By the way, we went. It was aim deep, and no one. It was crazy. But I said, Lindsay,
And they're all tourists,
stay
so
with
they
me.
don't know where
Just
the
stay with
frick
me.
they're
I said, go
going.
left. Let's go on the street. Let's go right. Go on the street.
It's like it's terrible.
We were boom, boom, boom. But I'll tell you. But then, so we go to the theater. We saw Oklahoma, and it's a long day because she picked me up early. But I no complaints. Okay, Robert Edelman worked. Listen, and I.
What's the story?
What?
What's the story of Oklahoma?
Well, Oklahoma's
Is it
becoming
about-
a state, and in like
Is it like people moving to Oklahoma?
male. It was like a male-centric kind of. It's very interesting that it was. I started telling you something else.
When does it take place?
There was a lot of like
The
sexual
1800s?
innuendos, and there was a young boy.
Is it interracial?
Yes, they.
Is that part of the issue?
No. There's no issue with interracial, but no. It wasn't interracial, but it didn't matter what color of skin the characters were
Okay.
in the cast.
What year does it take place?
Does that matter? I mean, I don't think.
When does it take place?
A while ago, a long time ago.
1700s,
But they were making it more
1800s?
current. But they were kind of making it
1800s?
more current. I don't know. It's old. It's Rogers and Hammerstein. I love Circle in the Square. So they had all these wood floors down in their cowboy boots.
Did they
It was
use
a
the
great
holes
performance.
in the stage? Did they go down into the
No,
stage?
no, because it was all wood planks.
Oh.
The whole thing. And they took microphones. And there was like streamers in the ceiling and lights. And then
Well, that theater you have to stage it very differently
it's
because
wild.
it's in the
But
circle.
everyone is on the stage like the whole time. But wait, so the audience is part of the experience.
Is the band and is the
Yes, they
orchestra
are right in the
yeah.
middle, right? They are part of the
On the
cast.
stage?
They're on the stage. They're
Because when we
dressed
saw it
up
that
in
time,
cowboy
remember
gear.
they were the different musicians were in
Yeah,
different
all over,
parts
right.
of the audience.
No, they were in one pit, okay? And they used that because there would be certain platforms. But this was so cool because the tables in the front all had slow cookers on them. And there were people from the audience, like the chew table where you'd sit. All of these people, all along the perimeter of the stage, were sitting at these tables. Audience members with the crock pot, one per table was on a few per table on the crack, and they were plugged into the tables to keep them warm. So they're actually, because you could see the condensation in the pot.
Years that you saw.
So
they were on.
across from us. So, anyways, the cast would engage with the audience, those members. So there was a little flirtation and a little sexual innuendo. So, anyways, but across from us, Lindsay was getting a kick out of this, but it's true. There was this young boy. I swear, he must have been 14 or 15 years old. 16 tops, in between his father and his grandfather. And the whole time, he's like this. He couldn't,
Why?
because he was embarrassed. It was sexual. There was a lot of sexual stuff that was going on with the guys and their chaps, and the way they were with the girls. And he was like, you could watch his face the whole time. So anyways, at intermission, I kid you not, they say, we're having an intermission, and we would like you to have some chili and cornbread. So I told Robert, and Robert goes, you had to pay for it, right? Yeah, right? I said,
It's
no.
like when you go to the theater where they would give you food.
So all those
They
crock
sell like
pots-
$6 boxes
So
of
I
candy.
don't know if any one of you seen this already, but no one has shared this with me about this experience. I don't think I'm really giving anything away. I think it's kind of cool. Something that actually,
sure.
it's an added,
Spoiler alert.
I'm sorry, spoiler alert, right? But, well, no, because I can't, Jeff.
Don't eat.
No. Because
Don't eat
Now listen
before.
to me. Because Jeff saw
'Cause you can have lunch.
West Side Story, right? And he's not telling me about it. But I have to tell you, the thing is, the story was between like the whites and the Puerto Ricans, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the story. I'm not calling them anything. That's what it was.
Yes.
It wasn't even Hispanics. It's the
Sharks
Puerto
and the
Ricans.
Jets.
The Sharks and the Jets. And they were gangs, white and Puerto Ricans, okay? So I'm thinking it's like, the same way watching Oklahoma today, okay? Because we haven't discussed this because he wants me to see it first. But, like, again, the cast, the way you modernize things, and, you know, the context of the way we live our lives today it's very interesting. Just like thinking about buying my tickets on the phone, because then my phone died. And Lindsay said, did you buy the tickets to go home on the app? And I said, no. She said, good. We're going to have to go buy tickets. Because both of our phones were dying because my cord was dying. And there were no cords. There were no cords in the stores either. We went to Dwayne Reed.
By the counter.
Well, I didn't want to spend that much money. I got cheap. I could have bought one. Yeah, it was at the counter.
No carts on the street selling them?
I didn't notice any. That's so funny.
Oh, come on.
Normally there would be. I got cheap. I know, and it's stupid because my phone. Mwah, Rich. Happy holidays to you. So, anyways, Oklahoma, it was like, my friend Jody is like this, also a New Yorker and loves theater. Like we love theater. And she said it's a must see. And I found it to being enjoyable. But I don't know. It was like so interesting.
Listen, like you
and
said
it's like
before,
I said, the
there's
story.
there's
nothing like New York.
On,
wait, but
on
this
Broadway
is talking about
right
tourists,
now
but also tourists.
to see. I mean, there is. If you're not,
There was
if you only come to Broadway.
Wait, there was someone in front of us wearing a
there's plenty to
T-shirt.
see.
Okay, wait. This is regulars of the show, I think. It said Oklahomies.
Oh yeah.
Oklahomies on their T-shirts. It's like going on a cruise and everybody wearing the same T-shirt.
I don't understand. Like people do that. Like I think with Phantom.
I don't think that was what they sold there.
5 times.
I don't think they sold it there because it may have been one of theirs.
And like I don't understand how people can go see the same show multiple times.
Maybe Jody's seen lots of shows multiple times.
It's hugely expensive.
Yes, it is.
I mean, Broadway show tickets now on average got to be $100 or more.
Yeah, I mean, Lindsay's a teacher, so she was able to get discounted teachers, and it is on the 2 for line if you want to wait on the 2 for line.
Well, yeah,
for a lot of tickets. But anyways, I don't. First of all, theater is. I love theater. I love it. I love the experience. I love being with Lindsay today. I don't know if you really you don't. I don't think you missed anything.
You offered for me to come.
I did. Tell everybody that. Yes, I did.
And I chose not to. I mean, it
was a nice day.
I mean, there's a few.
And it was a nice day. Even though I love being with you, I really love being with Lindsay. And it's an interesting thing. But then after the show, we then went. I said, do you want to go to Bryant Park? It was only 4 o'clock. Oh, by the way, it was a 1 o'clock show. I know, it was a 1 o'clock show. So we went. I know, I'm hungry too. We went to Bryant Park. Oh, I forgot to tell everyone we went to Pret a Manger. Very simple, easy for lunch. Grew up in Washington Heights. Oh, Helen. In the Heights. That was a great show in the Heights. And I think that took place in Washington Heights.
That's what it was about.
Yeah. Oh, I love New York. I love everything about it. I know you can tell from how quiet I am about it. Then we went to Bryant Park.
It's a badge we wear proudly.
So I went. I said, Lindsay, do you want to get waffles and Zingies?
Yeah.
And she did, but we decided to wait. Then we went over, to Max Brenner. Line out the door.
Was there?
Robert, I have never seen people 10 thick. 10, you couldn't walk anywhere. She's like, and we like that, and we went to a few places we bought that little plaque.
We'll go next week. It'll be.
Oh my God! It closes soon. No, it is only 1 more week. Then we walked to Penn Station, and now we're home. But I will tell you, I'm editing it for the sake of time because we're 20 minutes on. And New York, I love it, but there are tourists. But I have to say, we're not tourists. We love navigating the city and being in the city and being close to the city. And I love it.
But we try and stay away from those areas during peak time. Unless we wouldn't say, let's go out to eat in Times Square.
No.
Unless you're going to a show.
No. It was and people had their Nutcracker stuff because they're Rockettes.
And then
Rockettes. That's where I was too.
Did they
Christmas Spectacular.
Did they have the ball up? You weren't that far south.
No. You know what? We weren't. No. We walked down 6.
Walked over to 6.
Because we walked 6. But Lindsay said the ball's always up there.
No.
It's not always up.
No.
I think it's up there.
No.
You sure?
No. Yes, I'm sure.
Well, they were already setting up.
Like
Lindsay said, this could be crazy next week. It is so crazy. So Alex is in the city now. I hope he's having an amazing time.
Start of the decade. Exciting time.
It is. It is. It is because the last time, if you remember, was YK3. We talked about that. 1999.
Y2K, no. That was not the last time the decade changed.
Oh, no, that was 2000.
We're
right,
wait,
I'm sorry.
Decade.
No, 1999 to 2010. Decade is 2010.
We're in the third decade.
I'm sorry, 2010. We're going 2020. 2010. 2010 to 2020. We're going to the third decade. You just said that. You are so smart. Thank you for helping me navigate today. Thank you for empowering us. I mean,
We have a good mass transit system in the city, and if
We
you know
really
how to
do.
use it,
It's great.
you know, it's quick,
I love it.
It's,
I hope you're
you
having an
know,
amazing week.
fairly on time.
Keep enjoying, surrounding yourselves with the best of the best. Have an amazing rest of the evening, and we will see you again very soon.